all the first people I worked with, they were all nobodies. Kesha wasn't big. Katy Perry wasn't big. I didn't work with like a big artist till a little bit later. And then I was like, oh, this is cool too. You know what I mean? It's like when we work with like Rihanna, I was like, oh my God, this is a moment. Now, that's a crazy story. Okay.
Okay.
This is an insane story. Did I ever tell you the diamond story?
I've heard glimpses of the diamond story, but I've never.
But never.
Heard it.
We didn't do it.
We
didn't do it together. Did
Never.
We? Okay. Here we go.
I'm ready.
This is so long ago. I'm so old. Well, I'm just thinking. This is like when we did this. It was probably 2010 or 11.
Wow.
So I remember. Me and Stargate are sitting there. We're making some beats. Everything's all good. We got all these beats happening, and we loved this one that we made. And I said, oh my God, we got to send this to like Eminem or Kanye. And we like sent it. And I remember Paul Rosenberg, Eminem's manager, was like, we love this thing. And I was like, oh, that's so sick. Fast forward like 8 months. Never heard anything from that. Sia's in the studio. She'd finished all of her music for the day. Okay. And this was like before Uber was big or anything. And she was like, I'm going to call a car. She called a car. They said, oh, the car is like 18 to 20 minutes away. She said, okay, well, I guess pull up another thing while I wait. We pull up the beat to Diamonds. In 15 minutes, song, lyrics, melody, harmonies, full demo, done. Okay.
That's insane.
Her car gets here. She had a few minutes to spare to go to the bathroom. Okay. I remember Stargate was like, we're going to send this to Rihanna. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I couldn't hear the song yet. I was like, I don't know. No, maybe we shouldn't. I was like,
well, also you really looked up to Eminem for the longest time, right? And now
I just like didn't hear the song. Sometimes you don't hear the song. And I was just like, I don't know. I don't know if this one's like our best. Maybe we should send something else.
Oh.
And then,
Got it.
And I was like, I don't know about this song. And then they were like, you got to trust us. You got to trust us. And I said, you know what? You guys know Rihanna so well. Let's see what happens. And then I remember getting the call where they were like, Rihanna loves this. And then they made one change. Shine Bright Like a Diamond was only in like the intro, and then they put it over that. They put it over that part. And this guy Tata that works with Jay-Z had like a brilliant idea that just like really made it so catchy. It kept doing that part, and they were like, she wants to cut it, and I was like, shit, okay. And then I remember I was randomly with Sia at like a furniture store or something. And we get a call and they said, she cut it last night. It's coming. This was like Thursday. She cut it last night. It's coming out on Monday. And I was like, wait, what? And I remember being in a meeting with a record label, and they were like, yeah, they're like, Rihanna's looking for songs. Like, I don't know, we're going to put something out in the next 6 months. The label didn't even know she was putting that song out.
Wow.
Okay. And they were like, we're putting that song out on Monday. And I was like, what? I was like, this is, and I remember listening to it and just being like, oh my God, this is like the biggest song in the world. Randomly, around the same time, I get a call from Paul Rosenberg, and he's like, hey, Em really loves that beat. And he's like, I think he might be like doing something to it. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, Rihanna, I haven't heard from you in like a year. Rihanna's putting the song out. And he was like, what? No. And then I was like, what? And then somehow it all worked out. Rihanna puts out the song like 3 days later. It becomes the biggest song in the world.
By far.
And yeah, it was crazy. Once her voice was on it, she's so good at making a song, like bringing a song from like a 7 to like a 500.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. But songs rarely don't come out that quickly. Like, it doesn't usually happen. The only other time I remember that happening was when we did Kesha's We Are Who We Are.
That song's great.
Okay, we made that song, and I remember, this is a crazy we made the song, and they were like, we need to put that song out in like 4 days. Like, we were finishing like the repack. It was like the last thing we did. And I remember the day we were going to finish it, we were all like, oh, let's take edibles. Okay. And we took these edibles. It was like, there was like this French guy named Billboard, who's a producer, who like gave us all edibles. And I remember I like took it and I was like, oh, I feel cool. And I went to the computer and I sat down at the computer and the computer like froze and we had to restart it. And I remember as it was restarting, I was like, I like short circuited and I was like, whoa. I was like, what's happening to me? And then I was just like, and it was hitting me so hard. The edible hit me so hard that I remember walking out and the assistant looked at me and he was like, you don't look so good. And everything was like in slow motion. And he was like, hey. And I was just like, and I like didn't know who I was. And I remember losing my mind. And I was so high. I was at Conway, the recording studio, and it's like all outdoors. And I like went over to the guy and I was like, can I get some food? And I like ordered food. I was losing my mind. I called my brother to like pick me up. I got so freaked out that I ran and hid in the bushes and started crying. And like, I remember like my brother came to pick me up. They like found me and they like, I had no shoes on. I like took my clothes off. I had like, and they like dragged me to the car. And I remember Kesha being like, hey, do you want, and I was like, don't talk to me. I just remember yelling, don't talk to me. I go home. I don't remember a thing after that. I sleep for like 24 hours, okay? Then we have like 1 day to finish the song.
Oh my gosh.
So I go back and I finish the song. So if you realize let me see if I have it on this. What's that song? We Are Who We Are. Okay. So, okay, watch this. Is it letting me play it? Okay. So if you notice, please update my browser. Remind me later. I haven't opened this computer in so long. Okay, here we go. Watch. Okay, so if you notice, we had so little time that we didn't have time to record her on a bridge. Okay, so I had 30 minutes to finish the song. Okay, so if you listen to the second verse of this song, watch. Okay. Okay, second verse. Didn't have time to finish the song. So the bridge is literally just DJ Turn It Up 1,000,000 times in a row. Listen. Watch. But you never notice.
Yeah, this part's great. So you did that 30 minutes?
Less. I had no time. We had to turn the thing in. So that's literally, I was like, what can we put there? We have no more vocals from her. And then I was like, DJ, turn it up, up. And it just worked. And people loved it. And people have no idea, because it gets you pumped up.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That is insane. Before you even started playing the song, that was the part I was singing in my head.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone sings that part. Literally, it's literally just the verse. That's it.
Wow.
That's what happens.
Do you also have diamonds?
The demo? Let me see if I have it on this computer.
There's this famous video of Sia playing it at there was like some sort of conference.
Yeah, oh yeah, here we go. Here's the original version without.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond.
That's Sia.
Fine light in the beautiful sea. I choose to be happy. You and I, we're like diamonds in the sky. I saw the life inside of you. Shine bright tonight. You and I, we're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. I do, so alive. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky.
Wow.
There's no shine bright like.
We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky.
There's no shine bright like
There's
a
no
diamond.
shine bright like a diamond.
Because then we did an edit where it goes.
Like a diamond. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond.
It makes it so much better.
Makes it so much better.
Shining bright like a diamond. Beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond.
Crazy, right?
That's insane.